morning, everybody. My name is Jessica Jones Young. I am the program manager for Workforce Essentials, the TANF contractor. Currently, we do 60 counties in the state of Tennessee. In the greater Memphis area, we do operate Lauderdale, Tifton, and Fayette counties. Next slide, please. Okay, I think people get confused a lot whenever they say families first because we do have a lot of people just to walk off the street and say, hey, I want to do families first, and a lot of questions about families first. But in order to apply for families first, you have to go through the Department of Human Services. So in order for us to even work with you all, you would have to basically send a referral. That person will have to apply for benefits through the Department of Human Services. They can go by there and pick up a paper application, or they can actually apply online, which I did include the link on this PowerPoint. Once they apply, the DHS worker, they would collect all their information and see if they're eligible for that. In order to be eligible for the Families First program, you need to have a needy child in the household. You must make sure you meet all income and resource guidelines. You must be a United States citizen and live in the state of Tennessee. We do encourage you to, if you have any questions, of course, to contact your local office and they'll be able to assist you with all of that. Um, Basically, whenever you do finally get approved for Families First, DHS will send us that referral and then we take it from there. Families First is a time limit activity. It's only 6 months, 60 months of Families First. If you are deemed eligible to get an extension, that is strictly done by the Department of Human Services. Next slide, please. Okay, once we do get our referral from the Department of Human Services, we basically bring the individual in and we do an assessments with them to let us know what they fall and what kind of I guess help they need at the particular time. We Most of our clients have a lot of barriers, so once we go through those barriers, we determine what they need to do at the time, whether it's maybe help with a resume. They are also eligible for childcare, which is a huge barrier for our Families First clients. So that is strictly operated through Department of Human Services. So when they do apply, childcare is offered to them, and they have to, pick out their daycare, and then they handle the rest of the childcare part with DHS. They have any more barriers, we try to work with them one on one to see what we need to get them assistance with. And then we also have career assessments to let us know what type of job they might be looking for, or if they're looking to go back to school, any type of, short term training they might be interested in. We try to send those resources out, but we try to help them create long and short term goals so they can be self sufficient, because this is not a program that they need to be on for the lifetime. It's just to help them gain those skills so they can move to the next level in their lives. Next slide, please. So once we get that referral set, we do the assessment. So an effective assessment, which you usually try to do that within 2 weeks. Sometimes it might take a little longer if we get a lot of referrals in at the same time. And we try to reevaluate their career goals and everything at least every 3 months. Sometimes it's monthly if they have things that might change from day to day. If their barriers change, we just try to go over everything with them on the front end and let them know if they have any changes to let us know. And we also have on our staff a job developer and a family resource specialist. And if they have any issues with barriers or anything like that, our career coach usually refers that person to our job developer where they can help with resumes, they can help them fill out applications, whatever they need help with. Our family resource specialist can help with resources in the community if they need like something very specific. It's just a lot of things that we can help with. We try to help them identify strengths, their weaknesses, anything that they need help with. We just try to make sure we knock that head on. Next slide, please. Okay, so if they have barriers that is beyond our scope or something we feel like they need more intense help with, we do have a counselor we can refer them to, and it's called Family Focused Solutions, FFS. Basically, they help the clients if they have more, I guess, more stronger barriers that we can't do at the time. So, Family Focused Solutions, they receive referrals from us and as well as DHS. They look at the client and see, okay, hey, this person might not can do an activity with workforce essentials at the time. So if they feel like they need a little bit of a break, they'll exempt the case for a little bit. And then once they figure out their barriers are worked out, they might refer them back to us. It just depends on the situation. Sometimes they just have a lot of things going on at the time. They just need somebody to talk to. So if they refer them and they see, hey, maybe this person just needs less hours to do it this time. So they might modify the hours where they don't have to do the full hours with workforce essentials. So every situation is different. That's why we have, so many resources so we can figure out each individual client one on one. Next slide, please. Okay, once we get all the referrals, we get the referral in, we make sure that we address the barriers, then we assign the client activities. We do have a scope of activities we can put the client in. Most of the time, most of our clients, they're doing 30 hours a week, with 20 of those hours being like their main activity, and 10 is like a non-core activity. And we also have what I just talked about. They can modify their hours if they feel like they can't do all their hours due to a barrier, due to they might even have a problem with childcare. And our most recent thing is the COVID thing. So if we have somebody who maybe have some barriers related to COVID, then they might be on a modified work plan. Um, I'm just going to go through some of these activities right now, like the job search. That's our main activity we put people in when they're first referred to us, because the basic program guideline is that we want to make sure they end up being self sufficient. So, in order to be self sufficient, you need to be able to support yourself. So, we have job search, job readiness. We want to make sure that client is aware of jobs in their area. If they don't have a resume, like I said, we have a job developer that can help with a resume. We send out job postings weekly to our clients. If we have any sources that affairs is going on, we send those out in an email every single week. Whether it's like an update on commodities in their areas, we send that out. Anything that's going on in the community, our job developer and family resource specialists, they send that out weekly. And they can, the clients do have the emails to our job developers and family first resource specialist. So if they need anything at any point in time, they can reach out to us and we're willing to help them do whatever they need to do. We also have what's called work experience, which we have sites all over the different communities where they can, if they just need a little bit of experience, they can go and do work experience at that particular place and just gain a little bit of skills of what it's like to really work. We also have community service. Um, a lot of our clients, they do take advantage of being in like a 756, which is vocational education training, which if they're going back to school, we count that as their activity. So just depending on how many hours they're enrolled in, we work with them closely. And a lot of clients take advantage of this because they can also get help with scrubs. They can get help with books if that's the like they need something related to their class. They give us something in writing. We submit it to our main office and we try to get that taken care of for the client. And of course, we also put the clients in a 749, which is their employment. They're working. So if they're working 30 hours a week when they come to us, then basically that's their whole activity. We try to refer them to get their high set adult education. We strongly encourage that because it's hard to find a very good job without having that high school education. So we encourage that on the front end that, when they come in, we look at everything and say, hey, we really encourage this. And then we want you to make sure that you do the best you can. So we encourage adult education. We also have job skills training where that can be online, certain short-term education programs. We have a lot of people that want to do something instantly in the CNA program. And so, we try to help them find resources in the area that does the CNA classes. And then if they're only doing a few hours, like if they're going to school, maybe like a couple hours, 3 or 4 hours a week, we also have that job skills education where we can count that for 758. We just have a lot of activities that we can put the clients in. It's very flexible, and the clients have a say in what they need to do and what they want to do at that particular time. We just try to make sure that their barriers are addressed so we can make sure they're very successful on the front end. Next slide, please. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, if they're in different activities, we can help them, attain self sufficiency by providing those resources that they need. We offer transportation assistance via the gas card or the bus pass. If they need help with dental, vision, car repairs, we get all the information up front and we send it to our main office and see if they're eligible for that car repair, vision, or dental. Of course, I also mentioned there we can assist with books, scrubs, anything they might need help with at that particular time. Once they do go through certain programs, we have possible incentives if their case closes for income, if they get that degree, if they get that high set diploma, anything related to like overcoming their barriers, we try to offer certain type of incentives. So we just submit that to our main office and they deal with all of that and we simply just go from there. If it's something out of the norm that the client might need help with, some type of support service, we encourage them to let us know. It might not be paid for. We just have to sit it in and ask for approval. So anything that they think, I'm kind of iffy about, we tell them to go ahead and send it to us, and we'll forward it on, and then we'll get them the answer that they need. Um, Next slide, please. So our support, we try to support our clients as far as overcoming their barriers. So, like I said, we meet with each client individually. Due to COVID, a lot of our interviews are a lot of our appointments are over the phone. But we do in Madison County and this area that I'm in currently right now, we do see clients face to face. But in our greater Memphis area, we do not. We do all those phone interviews over the phone. Everything is virtual right now for those three counties. But we try to make sure that our clients receive the appropriate services so they can meet their goals. Um, like I said, the overview, we make sure they're engaged in 30 hours of activity unless their case is modified. We just try to do anything we can to help our clients achieve self-sufficiency. We communicate with the Department of Human Services if it's an issue. We try to work one-on-one with them and with our counseling service, FFS, to see if we have any additional barriers that we need to be addressed with the clients. It's just a lot of stuff that we can help with the clients, and just they need to ask, and if they have any issues going on, just let us know, and we try to work on those issues together. Next slide, please. And this is the basically the flyer that DHS from the Department of Human Services hands out, just to say how to apply, who's eligible, just everything that I went over. But basically, in order to apply for Families First, they need to go to the Department of Human Services. We can't just take somebody off the street and say, hey, I want to do Families First. You need to make sure they apply at the Department of Human Services, actually at the place, or they can actually do it through the website. That's all that I have. If anybody has any questions, I'm here and I'm willing to answer any questions. But that's Families First.